Welcome all to the Stars of Learning show. And my name is Jyoti Ji. And I'm your host for the show. And each fortnight, I interview the thought leaders in the learning industry who will share their best practices of learning in the 21st century. We also discuss challenges, solutions, latest trends, technology, leadership, and their journey in the learning phase. Hey, friends, I'm glad that you're joining me today as I've lined up an interesting episode for you to be unstoppable despite challenges and limitations we come across in the life, right? And are you wondering how is this possible at all? Yes, friends, Gandhiji said, you must be the change if you wish to see in the world, right? And every individual has his potential, and believing yourself with confidence is the key. And let's hear this unstoppable synergy and the strategy from the expert himself. And today we have Mr. Niranjan Nirlege, who is also a rebound coach, author, inspirational speaker, mentor, and transformational expert, who is also my ex-colleague who was working in a quality department. And I got to learn loads of learning on the process and the quality related aspects, how to implement it in the organization as well as in the life. And now who gave up an MNC job to follow his passion in teaching and coaching. And now he's being an entrepreneur who strongly believes in challenging one's limit rather than be limited by challenges. He's authored a book, I Choose to Be Unstoppable. And we will be talking about that in loads in today's episode. Who is physically challenged person, overcame all odds to live a life of incredible achievement. And you should follow him on the LinkedIn or a YouTube, and you will see the kind of a success and fulfillment he has had being confined to the wheelchair. He chose to be unstoppable, friends. So put your gaze on to welcome the one and only Niranjan Nirlege here to Stars of Learning podcast, who will share his wisdom for you to stand up, rewrite your destiny, and you can embrace a life with many possibilities. Hey, Niranjan, once again, a warm welcome to Stars of Learning podcast.
Oh, thank you, Jyoti, and very nice to meet you after a long time. It is a great privilege for me being interviewed from you and being an ex-colleague. It is really a great moment and opportunity for me to interact with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Niranjan. It's really an honor to have you on my show. So, Niranjan, to begin, the combination of a successful career, a loving family, and a solid social network it may seem like a recipe for a perfect life to many of them, right? However, there are millions of people who can check one of these boxes only, not all, but still feel something is missing. How to live our life with purpose, Niranjan?
Okay. Yeah, if you ask me, when you want to live with life with purpose means there has to be a meaning in whatever you're doing.
True.
And, you need to be happy in what you're doing. You might have a good job, or you might have a good salary, but at the end of the day, if you feel inside that something is missing and you're not happy about what you're doing, then what is the use? So True. You need to have a sort of a fulfillment in what you're doing. Okay. So instead of being focused only on science of achievement, you should focus on the art of fulfillment. So wow. When you have a fulfillment in whatever you're doing, even the job is not paying good salary, but when you feel contented, when you feel fulfilled, then I think you're leading a life with meaning. And for everybody, the purpose of life could be different. One person doing acting may be passionate for one person. For another person, training, teaching, educating could be gives a fulfillment. So everyone has to find what exactly they feel passionate about and happy about doing it. And if they are doing that, I think
Yeah.
they're living a life with a purpose. And, and it is everybody's choice to decide what exactly is the meaning that gives for their life. It cannot,
True.
you can't have one silver bullet answer for that.
Yeah, true. And I loudly hear you, Niranjan, saying that, it's just not enough science of achievement, but art of fulfillment. But still, people will be bagged with, the limiting belief they have in them, right? So, how to overcome them, Niranjan? So, what would be your insights on how to know that actually, you have that kind of a limitation and we need to crack that?
Yeah, see, the limiting beliefs are the beliefs that limits us to demonstrate our true potential. So these
Yeah.
beliefs, they get formed out of, our past circumstances, past failures, or the way in which environment in which we are brought or brought up, and parents influence, all these things, like example, if your father is telling, earning money is not that easy, then you will always get belief that, earning money is not that easy job. So
Okay.
like that, you form certain beliefs in your life which keeps limiting you to demonstrate your real potential. So how do you identify? If you ask me, how do you identify? So it is one of the ways is that your little negative inner voice. So which always
Okay.
tells you that, hey, you can't do it. Hey, will you please don't go and be careful in doing it. So like that. So your best way is listen to your inner voice and see that what is how you were self-talk. So, and you need to understand it is the inner voice is just coming from mind, but you're not the mind. Mind is just a part of you, but you're not the real mind. So you need to understand your true self. So when you think that I'm not the mind, it is just a voice which comes from mind which has forcing me to tell because of my past conditioning, then you will be able to identify, okay, this is my limiting belief. So it is just a belief. So all you need to do is to change the limiting belief with some empowering belief. Like example, you can say, "No, I am great." So you say, I'm great. When you keep repeating this kind of words to yourself, you feel you are great, right?
True.
So you need to form a sort of a empowering belief which overcomes the limiting beliefs. So I think that is what I feel
Has
you need
worked.
to identify and follow in your life.
Yeah. Empowering beliefs, and it's like a law of attraction, right? Yeah. And you were saying, listen to the inner voice, right, Niranjan? And most of the times when I interact with the people, the most forgotten aspect I notice, or when I have a conversation with them, I see that, they don't talk to self.
Okay.
And I read that in your book also, where you have written a chapter where you, whether you want to be a victim or a victor. So that was something mind blowing insights for me. So, as an author, can you throw some light on that?
Yeah. See, in life, we may have some adverse circumstances. Okay. So whether you get controlled by circumstances, it is in your choice. You have a choice how to respond to those events. Like example, in my case, I fell from great height due to high fever, which was, I didn't even know that, and next day I'm in hospital and doctor comes to me and tells me that your future life is going to be permanently in wheelchair and you have to get accustomed to leading your life in wheelchair. So now this is an event which happened without my knowledge. So now, how do I respond to this event? If I start blaming, oh, all these days my life was pretty good, and now I have to spend the rest of my life in wheelchair. So why God has created me? And like that, if I start thinking negatively, then I become a victim of the circumstances. So on the other hand, if I say like what I said is, okay, if my legs are not there, fine, but I have to accept the reality. Let me accept my reality that I'm in wheelchair. Even my legs are not there since I was in a software job. So I could still work using my brain and hands. So
True.
it is in your hand, it is in your choice how do either you react or respond. When you react, you will become a victim. But when you respond, so like analyze the situation, okay, fine, but let me accept the reality and think what next. Okay, happened is happened, which I cannot change it. But what next? So then you will become a victor instead of becoming a victim to the circumstances. So like that, people may have varied circumstances in their life. So every circumstances, they have a choice either to be a victim or a victor. So it is you who has to decide whether you want to be a victim or a victor.
Yeah, very powerful one,
I hope
Niranjan.
I help you to understand.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's so commonly known. Even then, these when life throws many unexpected situations like this COVID or any other aspect, like it's like and you also said life is like a roller coaster in one of the TEDx talk, and that was also very inspiring for me, Niranjan. And everyone needs success in every part of their life. And what people don't realize is, but not all is in our hands.
Correct.
And how to respond to it, because sometimes we do not have control of events, and sometimes we might not even have a network to connect like this, right? So I see your story is similar to these lines, and you have faced these challenges, limitations, and so what's been your strategy in dealing with such a roller coaster ride in life? I think it's beyond the hospital limitations what you took, but in a real life there could be many things you would have dealt with.
So what happens, you need to understand life cannot be in a straight line. So if life had it been straight line, everyone would have felt very easy to go in that life. Okay, so we need to accept, sometimes we may have happiness, sometimes we may have a difficulty. So, but how do you remain as a person, of empowering person, a person of a very strong inner power? If you believe in yourself, if you believe in your inner power, okay,
right?
So you don't get controlled, or you don't get succumbed to any kind of circumstances. When there is a happiness, you will try to enjoy, and at the same time, things may not be happiness. So sometimes things may not go in our way, and you may face challenges, or we may have to face difficulties. But again, we have to accept this is only a temporary phase. It's not a permanent thing. So biggest problem with many people is when they face difficulties, they get demotivated, they get disappointed. They don't know even how to come back. And when they're happy, when they're facing happiness, they're overjoyed. See, over emotion, or even emotion, too less emotion is also, you get too much disappointed rather than accepting reality is not good. Be with a balanced mind, okay? Accept the reality of life. There could be happiness, there could be difficulty. That's what I mean. It's life is a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you go on uphill when there is happiness. Sometimes you go down when things are not going. But the kind of person what you are is what helps you to how to navigate. So that's why I say, don't take life, the way it is, but enjoy that roller coaster ride. Try to enjoy the roller coaster ride rather than, thinking that you are in such a difficult phase. So when you enjoy the roller coaster ride, you will, sometimes when the roller coaster is going up, you will enjoy. When it's going down, also enjoy. You need to learn. It is easier said than done, but one has to practice. So more and more you practice, then you will learn, how to treat both happiness as well as difficulties in your life.
And I was able to connect to the nature itself when you were saying this story, day and night, right? After night you get a day, so you don't have to
Absolutely.
really bother about the,
Correct.
and the night has struck us. And yeah, so definitely believing in yourself and not getting succumbed. And I know that you also have written something about prosperity thinking in your book, Niranjan. So can you share some insights? Because, firstly, the positive thinking itself is a difficulty. Can you throw some insights on that, how to develop that prosperity thinking? Because this is something very catchy, I felt would add value to my listeners.
Yeah. So when you say prosperity thinking, I would replace it with an abundance thinking. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to have that abundance mindset, you know.
Hmm.
So there are two type of mindset. Either you can live in a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset. So
Hmm.
what is scarcity mindset? An example is, I don't have a good job, or I don't have good income. So you're always, feeling that you don't have, and you are in a mode of, blaming that your life is not the way it is. So
Hmm.
you're not happy with what you got, rather than you always keep wanting something and you're not happy with what you got.
Hmm.
So when you are not happy with what you got, you can't get what you want.
True.
Okay. So first you
Yeah.
need to be happy with what you got, and then, okay, accept this is where is my life. Okay. How do I take my life to this level, next level?
Yeah.
So like if you see the entire universe works with an abundance principle, like, there's water you take, there, and so much vast quantity of water in the universe,
Yeah.
air, wind, okay, raining when it rains, okay, so,
Hmm.
and birds. Birds, they don't even have to bother about they are somehow they're taken care by the nature. So like
Yeah.
that, everything is taken care in this. Okay,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
we need to learn that this abundance mindset is already there in the universe. But what happens is when we start living with scarcity mindset that I don't have, it is
Hmm.
like you live with the scarcity mindset, you attract the same thing from the universe. It is like
True.
a Newton's third law. Whatever you think, you get back. For every action, there is opposite reaction.
Yeah,
Okay.
true, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this struck me, Niranjan, this pre-COVID and the post-COVID, right? You
Correct.
might have seen a lot of drastic change in people's lives and the business and many things.
Mm.
And what's the key thing was the money does matter. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. Correct.
definitely. Yeah. Yes, I'm doing a prosperity thinking. I'm doing a positive thing. All said and done, Jyoti, I need money. I need money to survive.
Absolutely.
And people think they cannot be successful without money. So what is your technique to handle failure and be financially independent also? Because that should not be there in their mind. Only
Absolutely.
then they can be unstoppable. So that's where this question is, Niranjan.
Yeah. So first, let me answer the first part, that COVID. See,
Yeah.
COVID kind of situation is highly unexpected. Nobody expected that we will ever come across in our life in this kind of situation. It
Yeah.
was like all of a sudden, you throw a googly in cricket. Suddenly you're surprised. So this
Yeah.
was a highly unexpected event. So even a lot of people had a financial issues. Okay. So what I would recommend, or what I would suggest from my experience point of view is, you need to have a sort of a saving mindset. So like
Hmm.
every month, whatever you earn, if you keep spending, and if
Hmm.
you don't save some emergency fund or something for emergency purpose,
Yeah.
you will not you will have a problem when emergency strikes.
Hmm.
So like
Hmm.
I have a principle, like 10% of saving always goes. I pay myself first,
Yeah.
so I always keep it as a saving. So if you
Okay.
had done that kind of thinking, otherwise,
Hmm.
many times people, they spend first and then whatever money is left, they start saving. So that's not
Hmm.
the right strategy.
Okay.
Whatever you get every month, if you are working in the job or in the business, 10% of the income immediately you should dedicate for emergency purpose as a saving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that acts as an emergency fund. So that will help when this kind of situation happens. so that you can take care of your life. And again, the COVID, how it was and how it is now, we have learned how to handle and how to survive in this COVID situation. And the whole world is developing in all areas despite having COVID. So initially, we had difficulty. So we need to learn how to handle our emergencies. So when emergencies strike, have some emergency fund and use it. And again, as I said, it won't be forever, right? So now, last year it was so difficult phase, but this year it is not so difficult as it was. So lots of jobs started opening and business started growing. So again, you will get back to normal. Okay. So don't treat COVID as a special situation, but you may have this kind of situations anytime in your life. So be ready for this kind of unanticipated situation and have some emergency fund. So I think that should be
good
the strategy.
Yeah. Interesting one, Niranjan. I remember my maid also gives me 500 rupees to put it in my bank account. I say, you have your bank account. Why are you not putting it there? She says, no, this is my emergency. So I can. So she has not removed it for more than 2 years now. So it's lying like, every month she's religious in that.
So she is more prudent.
Right. Yeah. So Niranjan, I know that, despite being physically challenged, nothing stopped you from being incredible, successful, and making your life special. And you never gave up. You travel and you do a lot of seminars, trainings, and all that. So what is that mantra or the magic which makes you unstoppable? Because I see many people, they get stuck in their lives. Various circumstances could be, and they simply block themselves saying, I'm not able to get through. When I coach, I see that. So what's that magic in you, Niranjan?
There's nothing like magic. If you really ask me, it is a kind of attitude you have towards life. And the mindset what you develop. So how you develop your attitude, is very important. So whenever the challenges come, as you said in the beginning of your introduction, my mantra is don't get limited by challenge. Challenge your limits, but don't get limited by your challenges. Like example, I have a choice of telling, I'm a physically challenged person. I cannot do so many things. So when I start saying, it is more like an excuse rather than a justification. So we can have many excuses like that in our life. I call it as excusities. Okay. So we can give multiple excuses for many things, but always you should know that whenever challenge or problems comes, it is a God's way of testing you to raise your bar and take your life to next level. So treat the problem don't see the problem as a problem, but see the difficulties as an opportunity for you to improve. And what I normally do is, it didn't happen all of a sudden, to get that kind of mindset, but it is a matter of how you face the things head on. I don't think too much into like analysis paralysis mode. So more you start analyzing, you will get into paralysis mode. So, rather than thinking, what's going to happen if I do, and you start thinking too much of permutation, combination. So life can't work logically like this. You have to face, take the things head on, see what is there, and when you have with that mindset, lot of things which you worry will vanish. Like Mark Twain says, most of the worries, what I imagined in my life, 90% of them never happened in my life. So many times people get stuck with these kind of negative conversation or their own self-talk in their mind. So we need, and they get stopped out of this. Okay.
Yeah. So you brought in a valid point here, self-talk and limiting beliefs. There are many other factors also, Niranjan, which influence, our success or our limiting beliefs, where I see many people who are at their best still compared to others, and they make their life worse, and people around them also too, with
Correct.
all lots of negative dialogue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even though they are fine, they may say I'm not
Correct.
fine. Yeah, even though they are at a good job, chal raha hai, kind of a thing. So how do you, as a coach, what is your nuggets on this?
Yeah, so this is called mediocre mindset, So when you have a mediocre mindset, your life, like if you want to lead an extraordinary life, you need to have an extraordinary mindset. You can't have an extraordinary life with a mediocre mindset. So this is called average. It is how most of the people think. So when you start comparing yourself like that, you can keep comparing to so many people, And one thing, what I learned, I also believe in a lot of spirituality, which I practice rather than, reading too many things. So what I strongly believe is God has put you on the earth, on this planet, due to some reason. You need to find out. Everybody in this world has some role to play. Okay, my story need not be your story, but everyone has a capability to make difference and contribution in their own way. So one has to find out what is that, why I am here, what is it I can do in this life.
Yeah.
So when you start thinking like that, you don't compare yourself to others. Okay, you will be more happy with whatever you focus on, what strengths, what talents, and what capabilities you have, rather than in a seeking mode. Like example, in my case, I don't compare too much about myself. And if I start comparing, I don't know, I would have been able to lead my life to this level today. So I understood, my physical body is just a body, but what is inside is a soul or a spirit. So spirit is something which you can't destroy, and it is which is force which moves the body. So when you believe in that kind of spirit, a very strong soul, that each soul, everybody's soul is unique, and you need to start bringing your inner power. So just focus on whatever you are good at, and just keep doing it. Then you will understand how to become good at what you are doing. So like example, I started getting into training, and I left a corporate job and I started training. So initially I was not training was a very new area, but I started, let me test the waters. But as I started doing it, I started getting opportunities in various other cities, and I started moving alone. And then I even started getting opportunities abroad. Okay. So I could have said, I'm in wheelchair, I can't travel. So that is again, an excuse. Always there is a way out. If you have a way to, if you have a will to think that I can do, so you will find a way out. So then like I said, when I got first opportunity in abroad for in Austin City in Texas to go and give a training to one of the corporates. I said, okay, let me see, let me take the risk, but you need to have proper planning. Don't rush or take without thinking. So when you have a proper planning, you can get things done. So always there is a way out. So I think that is what, I think what I would like to
made
say.
that difference. Yeah. Sure. So since you brought in that you are a trainer and you experienced by touching the water and as a coach also, right? How do you see now the learning trends, Niranjan?
So the learning trends now, I think, more towards this kind of adaptive learning. Like people have to learn how to adapt in the unknown circumstances. You can't have the same skill set when things are suddenly, unknown. You should learn how to respond and how to adapt yourself in the job. So learning trends is more towards how person can be upskilled to suit to the role. So most of the learning in maybe in future, maybe 2021 or 22, how to make that person more employable. So how to upskill that person, and also more towards need-based training rather than, very standard-based training. Okay. Plus more of a experiential learning rather than, conceptual learning kind of things. You need to have, only when you have an experiential learning, you can remember it. If you just understand the concept, like example, I also teach agile project management. So doing agile and being agile is totally different thing. So I can always train how to do agile, but being agile is your mindset. So are you being agile?
Yeah.
So like that, the way you learn through experience is different rather than just understanding the concepts. So I think the more towards in future, the learning will be more towards need-based, more adaptive, the way how the person can be employable and take up those challenges.
I think now the trend is even being agile is become very common now. Disciplined agile is something I heard.
Yeah. It is again, you can say, different type of cups, So, but if you can really understand agile, very simple meaning, you don't have to think too much. If you go to a dictionary and open dictionary, agile is just ability to move quickly and respond. So how flexible you are in your approach rather than having a rigid approach. Okay, that is even true in your life also. More rigid approach in your life will not work. More you're like, try to move like a water. You need, I was reading somewhere, try to be like a water. So learn to move like a water. So when you are flexible, even life also will be much easy.
Okay? Yeah. Very powerful one. And we are at the end of the conversation, Niranjan. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add that will be of value to my listeners?
Oh, no, I think you have asked enough number of questions. I think I don't have any special things to convey.
Okay.
Sure. What I would like to say is always, come what may, learn, you can be unstoppable. It's basically your choice. That is how you take a choice. So that's the reason I kept my the title of the book, I Choose to Be Unstoppable.
It is wonderful.
You have to take a choice. So when you choose to be unstoppable, you will learn how to be unstoppable.
Definitely.
So learn how to be unstoppable. That's your choice.
Yeah, that's a powerful line from Niranjan. So thank you so much, Niranjan, for being on this show. I really enjoyed all the nuggets and the kind of a punchlines you have shared. And let me glimpse through on my notes what I have captured. Definitely, it's not a sign of achievement. You should also focus on art of fulfillment. The key is being happy and listening to inner voice, and empowering your beliefs is very important. And don't focus more on the unseen events, accept the reality and just move on, and don't get succumbed to that one situation or one event what has happened. And having do you want to choose a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? And that was very powerful, Niranjan. And be ready, and be ready with even with the emergency fund, so that you choose to be unstoppable. And your attitude towards life, your mindset to raise your bar is very important. And we have to treat difficulty as an opportunity. And that's what, and Mark Twain's line was interesting. And embrace extraordinary mindset. That was a thrilling one. And definitely ask yourself why your birth, why your existence, why your presence, and that can make a difference in what we do in our life, right? And definitely spiritual life, many people are moving towards spiritual way to get that inner power. Where there is a will, there is a way. And definitely be like a water, so nothing can be an unstoppable. And I'm sure my listeners are going to enjoy it and take a loads of learning. Really appreciate your time, Niranjan. It's been wonderful having you on my show.
Yeah, you have summarized it so well, Okay. So I never felt I have shared all these things. Now when you summarize it is becoming learning to me too also.
Thank you, Niranjan.
Okay. Thank you, Jyoti. Thanks for having me in your interview, and it's a great privilege. And again, thanks for the opportunity. And if my sharing helps you, I think it is one of the wonderful interaction I had with you.
Thank you, Niranjan. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Niranjan. And if you have got any learning or motivated hearing to Niranjan, then make sure you do share this podcast with your friends and post it on the social media. And do let your friends know about this amazing information that you have learned to engage, enlighten, and empower. By the way, friends, I'll always be grateful to all my lovely listeners who tune in to listen, subscribes, and leaves a review for our podcast. If you have not done that yet, that would mean a world to me. So head over iTunes or any app you are listening and take a minute to write a quick review so that will help our podcast grow. And I really appreciate your support. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in the show. Bye for now. Take good care of yourself. Be safe and do something engaging, enlightening, and empowering. Thank you.